Hassan Osman, Influencing Virtual Teams, 17 Tactics that Get Things Done with Your Remote Employees. In the age of virtual workspaces, strong and clear communication is crucial for a remote team's success. Influencing Virtual Teams by Hassan Osman offers valuable insights into improving communication among such teams. This book summary explores effective tactics such as the use of the word because, establishing appropriate deadlines, and designating specific team members for tasks. It also emphasizes the importance of trust within a team, building team morale, and efficient strategies for handling communication channels like voicemails, emails, and meetings. The author provides practical guidance on managing remote teams and ensuring their overall success, increased productivity, and enhanced collaboration.
Communication Tips for Remote Teams. In this book summary, we learn about the power of the word because, in influencing people, the importance of establishing deadlines and designating specific individuals for each task. To strengthen communication with members of a virtual team, one word can make a difference: because. An experiment in the late 1970s showed that people waiting to use a photocopier had greater success in cutting into a line when their request included because. It is not necessarily the reason that influences people, but the word itself. Therefore, using because in all dealings with team members can enhance communication, whether by voicemail, email, texting, or in-person communication. Deadlines are another tool to help remote teams reach their goals. Without a sense of urgency, there is often a natural tendency to procrastinate, so deadlines force people to take action and be accountable. However, it's important not to set unrealistic deadlines, as this may cause frustration and resentment in team members. Seeking feedback on how long a task will take and indicating the specific date, day, and time the work is expected to be completed can be effective ways to establish deadlines for remote teams. Designating specific individuals for each task is also an effective way to empower team members and ensure accountability. Rather than assuming someone will step up and take responsibility, it is better to ask for volunteers or select someone for each task, which can lead to a sense of ownership and motivation. If a task requires multiple team members, specifying who will be responsible for the task and who will assist can also lead to greater efficiency and effectiveness. Overall, using the word because, establishing reasonable deadlines, and designating specific individuals for tasks can help to improve communication, accountability, and productivity in remote teams. Managing autistic workers. Specialistern, a Danish software manufacturer, employs people with autism. The founder, Thorkild Sohn, shared his experience in managing these workers with Harvard Business Review. Sohn emphasized the need for precision and directness in communication, as individuals with autism struggle to interpret nonverbal cues. This approach is also applicable to remote teams, particularly when a team is global. Sohn recommended being 100% sure of what you want your team to do and using precise language to avoid any confusion. Writing down tasks is essential to gaining commitment and showing authority. Verbal requests should never be relied upon, even if it seems like the task will be carried out. This method of delegation is effective in ensuring that tasks are completed both in person and during virtual calls. Building trust and likability in remote teams. Establishing trust and likability is crucial for remote teams to perform well. This summary provides practical tips on how you can improve trust and likability among team members through clear communication, showing reliability, encouraging social interactions, and getting to know your team members on a personal level. As remote work becomes more prevalent, trust and likability are increasingly vital for a team's success. This summary highlights tips on how to improve these qualities in your remote team. Trust is defined as a combination of reliability and likability. It is also essential for team members working collaboratively. The absence of trust leads to reduced performance levels and impacts morale. Improving reliability begins with assessing your team members' technical and collaborative skills. To avoid misunderstandings, clearly communicate your expectations, and deadlines for each assignment. Follow up with your team to assess progress and ensure that everyone is on the same page. Remember that team members take cues from you, so set a good example by fulfilling your commitments on time. Likeability can be enhanced by building personal connections with your team members. While this may be challenging for remote teams, simple steps like informal conversations can make a world of difference. Ask about your team members' families, hobbies, and other interests. Share something about yourself, but be careful not to cross any sensitive boundaries. Encourage social interactions by starting or ending meetings with a few minutes of casual talks. Messaging apps and email can also be utilized to share interesting articles or videos. Finally, a positive attitude is essential, particularly in stressful times. As a team leader, it's crucial to remain optimistic to keep the team motivated. Encourage a sense of cohesion by organizing team-building exercises. When possible, gather everyone together in person to build physical bonds. Overall, developing trust and likability requires effort and intentionality. By following these practical tips, you'll create an environment of mutual respect, teamwork, and increased productivity in your remote team. Effective communication strategies for achieving task compliance. This book excerpt offers practical communication tips for ensuring employees complete tasks on time. To begin, managers should ask team members to repeat the task assignment and due date to guarantee compliance. It's essential to explain the project's importance, emphasizing that everyone's job is at stake if the employee fails to complete the task. Sending an email summarizing the task assignment soon after the conversation is crucial. Additionally, effective voicemails should state the caller's full name, company, date, time, purpose of the call, and a call to action. Emails require precise and concise language, with call to actions up front and highlighted. By employing these strategies, managers can attain task compliance and maintain a productive work environment. Productive meetings made simple. Learn how to make meetings productive and worthwhile by defining purpose, limiting attendees, setting agendas, assigning tasks, and sending minutes. Meetings are often dreaded because they tend to be unproductive and time-consuming. However, when handled correctly, they can be valuable tools for remote teams to stay on top of their work. To ensure your meetings are worthwhile, consider them as a last resort and ask yourself whether a quick call or email could work instead. Also, define the meeting's purpose before scheduling it, as it could help you determine if it is really necessary. It's crucial to limit the attendees to those with an active role or interest in the meeting's subject, as this helps the meeting remain focused and successful. The agenda doesn't need to be formal or complicated. Instead, a bullet point or brief paragraph would suffice, highlighting the items you want to cover. Consider your attendees' schedules before setting up the meeting, and send out the invitation and agenda well ahead of time to give people sufficient time to prepare. As the meeting date and time approach, send out a reminder email that includes the meeting scheduled day and time and the material you are planning to discuss. Also, ask them to review any relevant material and the meeting's agenda to consider any potential solutions they might offer for the issues raised. To ensure the meeting stays on track, stick to the agenda items, and don't let anyone steer off in a different direction. If someone loses focus or starts chatting about unrelated topics, refer them back to the agenda. Document the meeting's key points, including potential risks, current problems, and the next issues the team needs to handle. Remember to assign tasks and set deadlines, leaving a few minutes at the end of the meeting to review what was discussed. After a virtual meeting, send the minutes to attendees and absentees. Keep a copy of all the minutes in a safe place. You can also consider writing up a separate summary highlighting your expectations and the tasks your team members must complete moving forward. Summarizing what was said in the meeting is the best way to increase the chances that things will get done. Remember that meetings should be productive and worthwhile. By following these simple steps, you can avoid wasting time and get more done in less time. Effective communication tips. Communication is key, particularly in the virtual world. This book recommends recording yourself during meetings and critiquing how you sound to make necessary adjustments, speaking clearly, and using strategic silences. For email, use the subject line to your advantage by beginning with the recipient's name and including a one-sentence summary along with deadlines. Your messages need to stand out from the heaps of emails a person receives in a week.
Understanding how to effectively lead and influence a virtual team is vital to enhancing performance and increasing productivity in an ever-growing remote work landscape. Hassan Osman provides vital tactics and techniques in influencing virtual teams that encompass deadline management, task delegation, fostering trust, and communication strategies. Ensuring clear and consistent communication and expectations helps create cohesive and successful remote teams. Implementing these pointers will help you build a strong, reliable, and well-connected virtual team that not only feels empowered but also performs at its best.